So looking forward to this special release from Diageo 2020, Talisker 8. I really loved the last Talisker 8. It's been away for a couple of years. They've brought it back this year. Is this one as good as the old one? Let's find out. Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to the Whiskey Friend with me, Alan. If you're a returning subscriber, then thank you very much and welcome back. If you've so happened to pop in for the first time and whiskey's your thing, then you've landed on the right channel. You may want to click that subscribe button just down below there, folks. Just a friendly reminder from me to thee, it doesn't cost you anything, it's completely free, and you're helping the channel massively on its way to the magical 3K. Don't forget to click the bell to keep you up to date with future notifications and any live streams that I'm popping out. Okay folks, I've been looking forward to this one for a long time. A couple of years back I fell in love with the original Talisker 8, one of Diageo's special releases back then. Over the last few months the last couple of years I've been hoping they were going to bring it back. Last year, they never brought it back last year. I heard this year it was coming back, so I've been patiently waiting for it. 5 or 6 weeks ago I got a message from one of my friends in the Manchester Whiskey Boys, Mr. Gabriel Welding, who was contemplating buying a bottle, so he pre-ordered it. Wanted to know if anybody wanted to go halves on a bottle, so yeah, sure enough I dived in, paid my money, got my whiskey. So the last couple of days I have been trying it, getting used to it. Couldn't wait to bring it to you now. But not only that, I got an email the day before it got released to say it was being released, and it got the better of me. I enjoyed the last one so much that I went out and I've purchased myself a full bottle as well. Loving the packaging at Diageo, put a great job on these. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Looking great. Natural cask strength. I think the little bit difference with this one, I think Talisker's taking a little bit of a chance at the minute because they've actually finished this in some Caribbean rum casks. So it'll be interesting to see how this is affecting this whiskey. Without any further ado, I'm just going to dive straight into it. I'm going to nose it, taste it, score it, give you a little bit of conclusion what I think about it. So I've had it under this batch 2 Whiskey Friend coin for the last last hour or so. Been looking after it. Coin 106. Yes, just to let you know there is some coins left. Anybody that wants to get a hold of some coins, I'll pop a link into the description. You can just catch up with me there. Just drop me an email and I'll let you know how to get a hold of them. Super. But yeah, so let's nose this. Well, let's do the colour beforehand. Not too sure guys if it's coloured or not, but if there is any colour in that, it's minimal. Not too sure in chill filtration either. Anybody's in the know, anybody knows anything, just dive into the comments, get into the conversation, let us know what's going on. I love getting into the conversation. So on the nose of this one guys, it's super sweet. It's probably the sweetest Talisker that I've ever nosed. In fact, if I was nosing it blind, I would never have picked it as a Talisker. So I'm presuming that's got something to do with the rum casks. So, because Talisker for me is quite distinctive, got quite a good character that you can pick up. But this is it's so zesty, it's so citrus. Some lemon juice, some lime juice. Such sweetness. Wow, I think that sweetness must be coming from those rum casks. I've never smelt a Talisker like this. But then as you get into it, some of the characteristics come in. That maritime note comes in, that coastal note, the saltiness, the sea salt, sea breeze, seaweed. Wow. But it's fresh, it's clean, it's light, it's zesty. Picking up some pears, maybe some apple. It's that real confectionery note. It's like a hard-boiled sweet. Here in the UK we have some pear drops, maybe some pineapple cubes, that sort of thing. Again, maybe those pineapple cubes are coming for the rum casks. But yeah, and again, it's so sweet. The vanilla is so sweet. The caramel so sweet. As you really get into the nose, that saltiness comes in. That maritime note's getting a little bit stronger, heading towards, you know, just as your nose is in it. Wow. Okay, let's taste it. Slange. Okay. Wow. Such a powerful arrival. Spicy, chilly, very hot, very spirit driven. My whole tongue now is as if it's on fire. Like a big chilly heat. Even jalapenos. So hot. But at the same time, on the arrival, it's a real velvety, silky, smooth arrival. It's even elegant. And then as you get past that and go through into the development, it becomes, the power hits you, the intensity, it's bold, it's punchy, it's powerful, it's hot. And as you get into the development, those pears are there, those pineapple cubes. Not quite as sweet. It's very different to the nose actually. On the nose it's such sweetness, and on the palate there's that typical kind of Talisker, that dry, salty, maritime. That kind of takes over. It's more developing more like a Talisker on the palate. It's a bit smokier on the palate. The pineapple cubes and the sweetness have taken a little bit of back seat now, so they've really swapped roles. Seaweeds there. It's rich, it's full bodied. Wow, this is a hot whiskey. Let's try another sip. That smoke, it's like a distant smoke, maybe a distant barbecue. Somebody's got a barbecue, maybe 5 or 6 gardens down, and the smoke's whiffing over. Real nice. Wow. Okay, let's do a little bit for the finish. Okay guys, on the finish, it's hot, it's spicy, it's mega dry. It's that chilly heat, peppery, salty. If there's a little bit of disappointment on this, guys, it's the finish. It's not the longest finish. It's quite medium, maybe short to medium even. Finish goes off quite quick. I don't know whether that's something to do with only being 8 years old. I think I remember the previous 8-year-old being a little bit longer on the finish. Don't think it was a particularly long finish on that one either. But I think that's, if anything lets this one down, I think it's the finish, folks. I think the nose is really nice and sweet and fruity, and the palate is intense and powerful and punchy and bold, intense. Got some little layers in there. It's got that little bit of fruitiness. It's got the dryness, the saltiness, the maritime, the coastal. But the finish is quite short, so it's a real short finish on this one. What would I score this? I think my score is going to be a little bit lower than I thought it was going to be. Not that I'm disappointed. I think maybe I've got this maybe too early. I think I might need to spend a wee bit more time with it, but it's not wowing me as much as the last one did. Do I feel a little bit let down? Yeah, just a little touch, a little bit disappointed. 88 out of 100. I paid £95 for this one. Just looking back now that I've got it and I've tasted it, is it worth the money? I'm not too sure it is. I think £95 a lot for an 8-year-old whiskey, but although it's a Talisker, it's a special release from Diageo. Looking back at the last Talisker, I was prepared to pay £120 at auction for that one. So when I looked at this and I thought 95, I thought, yeah, it's worth the punt. But looking now, I think it's just too much money, guys. I think 95 is just too much for it. Hopefully this, I'll come back to this maybe over the next few months, and hopefully it's going to get better. Doesn't compare to the last one. Don't think the Caribbean casks have done much to it. It's changed it slightly from a typical Talisker. It's just a little bit sweeter. There's a little tiny little tropical note in there. But other than that, yeah, 88 out of 100. If you've liked the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. YouTube loves it. It helps get the channel noticed. Click the button down below. Don't forget the bell. You can catch us on all the social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Looking forward to the next one, guys. I'm going to finish this off. Hope it gets a wee bit better. But until the next time, as always, the pleasure is in the sharing, and I'll see you all very, very soon.